We all share a dirty little secret. We have all drank someone else's urine. Don't act surprised. If you've ever taken a plunge in a pool, public or private, Olympic or kiddie, you have gulped down someone else's urine. To counter the presence of urine in the pools, managers add chlorine, a chemical linked to rectal and bladder cancer and green hair. Hey cowboy, what you drinking? Give me a shot of urine with a chlorine chaser. Now there's a myth out there about a chemical that managers add to the pool. Its purpose is to out or shame people peeing in the pools. This chemical is said to change color when urine is introduced, which in my mind will encourage more peeing in the pool. Ooh, look, I have a rainbow surrounding me. Mine looks like a unicorn. I will be the man who will write his name underwater. S-T... The lifeguards will start yelling at me, telling me to get out of the pool, blowing their whistles. They'll take me to the front office, take my picture, post it by the front gate with my name and my crime. Urinator. The answer to people peeing in the pool is we need them to get their urine, to leave their urine someplace else. We need them to get in the pool with empty bladders. I suggest we install gigantic walk-in freezers that swimmers have to go through on their way to the pool. Have them strip down to their bathing suits and go in and out of that walk-in freezer until the effect is achieved. No pee, no swim. Scientific fact. The bladder has an external thermostat, a device designed to measure outside temperature, and its purpose is to warn the bladder when a cold front is moving in and pipe shrinkage or a freeze is about to happen and it needs to evacuate. Here's a overlooked fact. Men's swimming trunks do not have flies. I believe there'd be a lot less urine in the pools if we would put a working fly in guys' trunks. Some swimming trunks look like they got a fly, they got a piece of material in there, but it is not a working fly. Talk about a frightful moment. When you go to use that fly and you can't get through, kind of make you think you put your trunks on backwards. Men's swimming trunks have netting inside, but that's not added for support. That netting has one purpose, and that is to keep everything safe and secure when a fella is on dry land. I'm not a great swimmer. I've mastered a few strokes. Side stroke, frog stroke, move everything with the hope of going forward stroke. But I am not a great swimmer. I do like going to the bottom of the pool playing deep sea diver. Sometimes I discover money, which is very puzzling. Do swimmers put coinage in their bathing suits for ballast? Or do people walking by see this huge container of water as some sort of a wishing well? Back to the bottom of the pool, playing deep sea diver, looking for money, when out of the blue, bam, I gotta pee. I really have to pee. Now, I don't know why the sense of urgency to pee is greater when I'm in the pool as compared to the dry land. It could be the law of physics that states water seeks its own level, or maybe it's just the bladder wants to have fun. But since I care for my fellow swimmers and I have a sense of decency, I have no choice but to get out of the pool and head to the locker room before I explode. Now, this sense of urgency is telling me this is no time for the side stroke. This is time for the butterfly chased by the robin stroke. Now, to get out of the pool, I have two options. I can pull myself out of the side of the pool, hoping not to get high-centered, or I could use the ladder. And since I've never been known for my upper body strength, I choose the ladder to get out of the pool, and I make a beeline for the locker room. I keep my eyes cast down. I don't want to make eye contact, which could lead to a conversation my bladder will constantly be interrupting. I gotta keep moving. I speed walk my way to the locker room, hoping that there is not a line, and there is. I line dance my way to the front, where I stand before the porcelain sanctuary, the receptacle of my relief. Well, at this time, let me remind you that swimming trunks do not have flies. In fact, an elastic waistband holds them up. And to alleviate as many costume malfunctions as possible, they've included a tie string, which when I put on my trunks, I tied in a very tight bow to assure my self-image. I peel back my trunks, I reach in, I pull out the very first string when they all say, bam! I turn that quick release bow into a knot. Well, about this time, I'm starting to do the crazy pee-pee dance, and I gotta do everything I can to get that knot out of that wet string. I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm in bladder pain. A quick exit comes to mind, but I'm thwarted. Swimming trunks, if you remember, have netting inside, which prevents me from just poking it out the leg of the trunks. I am caught, like a tuna in a net. Well, why don't I just meander over the floor drain and let it loose? I will get the relief I seek, and who will know? My trunks are already wet. Now, the number one tool I have for stuck knots are my teeth. And since I am neither a dog nor a contortionist, I will just have to keep digging at the knot with my wet fingers, which in my sense of panic, I am pulling harder and harder on the wrong string. The knot seems to be taking this personal, grits his teeth and just gets tighter and tighter. Well, I finally get enough fingernail with that knot to get it to release. Victory. I wiggle my wet swimming trunks down just far enough. Too far can send the wrong message. Now all I gotta do is find the little fella. With all these going-ons, he has disappeared. How he is able to hide in such a small area ceases to amaze male scientists everywhere. Well, about this time, my bladder is so mad, it is threatening to create a Dakota pipeline to the gulf of my anus if I don't do something. What the little fella has done is he has fled the cold. Like a frightened turtle, he has pulled his head into his shell. And I will have to do everything I can to get him out. I need to coax him out with a piece of cheese, lettuce, or a grape. I just need him to poke out just a little bit so I can get a grip. I get a firm grip. Sometimes you got to show the little guy who's the boss. I keep him facing forward. Relief. I've been so focused on getting the pressure off, I haven't noticed standing next to me are two fellas flying their wet swimming trunks at half mast. There's a guy in the corner with a kitchen knife sawing at his tie string, and a man with a huge smile of relief on his face standing over the floor drain. Decency be damned. Let them drink pee. I'm having fun. I hope you are also. Please like me and subscribe. I'm all out of words.